Hello there, my name is Ben Roberts and today I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction on myself and also talk to you about my digital world. So I enrolled with Google Squared 3 weeks ago now, and the reason why I selected the course is because I started a new role back in September. The role focuses on the digital ecosystem and the importance of digital in our changing shopper behaviour. My role specifically focuses on mobile. Now the reason why the company that I work for, Wrigley, started focusing on digital is as people change their shopper behaviour, we need to make sure that we can interact with our consumers within the digital ecosystem. So when I did my Google Squared survey, I came out that I was a digital immigrant. And I was a little bit surprised by that. We can see here on the slide that we've got digital natives, which I'm sure most of the participants of the course fall in that bucket. Then we've got digital immigrants and digital monks. So the last time I was an immigrant was 12.5 years ago when I moved to Toronto. Now, moving to Toronto on my own and not having a job and just wanting a great experience, one of the things that I found is that I had to adapt and I had to be really flexible. I love Toronto and I'd still be there now, but a global role came up with the company and it was a great opportunity for me to sort of get in this digital area, which has been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Now the reason why I think that it's actually better to be a digital immigrant than digital native is that I've lived in a world without digital. So I can really appreciate what it's like to be a digital monk and also appreciate what it's like to be a digital native and actually have digital in your world and you've never experienced a time when you've not had digital there. On the screen here you'll see this was the first computer that I ever used, which was the legendary Sinclair ZX81. This was the first computer I ever purchased, and I actually had a 50% share in this computer. My brother owned the other half, and it was 32K, so powerful machine, and that was when you used to have to use tape recorders to actually get software to load. So it's definitely been a journey. So the world has evolved. I've experienced when you actually had one computer within the business and you actually had to reserve the computer so you'd have it for a couple of hours. I started my career off in purchasing, so I remember filling out purchase orders and having to have different coloured copies going to different departments and having the carbon copies. I could even remember a time when mail was so important, and that's physical mail, post. We used to wait, and at 10:30 every workday the mail would come. And that would be where a lot of your tasks would come from, and a lot of information that you were waiting on would come through the post. So to tell you a little bit about how technology and digital sort of comes in my world, sometimes I find that the best digital are things that you didn't even know were digital and you didn't even think that you actually needed. This was a wearable that I purchased a couple of years back when I started focusing on triathlons, and I started looking at wanting to get as much information as possible about how I could measure my different run times, my swim times, and also my bike. And this watch is the only watch that actually does all three. And I didn't even know it was a wearable, but I needed to get information, and I think that that's what digital allows us. It provides us information and it helps us make life easier. So digital now, I would say that as a digital native, I'm really trying to get up to speed on digital. I just did a 15-minute video as part of Google Squared, and it talked about sharing content, and I don't really share content. I dabble in Facebook. I've started Twittering. I've sent more tweets in the last 3 weeks than the last 3 years. But it's definitely coming into my world, and I'm learning a lot about it, and I'm really enjoying it. And as we look at digital now, digital in the future is going to be things like drivables and flyables and wearables. And I just find that digital just makes life easier for us, and it just provides information on how we can improve our world. And that's the reason why I enrolled on the course, and that's the reason why I decided to take this job back in September, because I really think that digital is the future, and the growth of digital is exponential, and it's going to keep on increasing. And I think that the people on this course are going to be the future of improving the world. Thank you.